Hey, Ben. So I see this problem here about my two companies with comparing characteristics. So we've got two companies here and they're selling necklaces. And we want to find out how much money, profit they can make from selling, I guess, any number of necklaces. So let's go ahead right down with it. Question number one says, what is the price for each company which gives a profit of zero? Well, from the context of the original part of the problem, price is X because it says what is the price, and in the context of the problem it says the profit, which is in thousands of dollars, is my Y value. So price is X and profit is going to be Y. Okay, so you're almost exactly correct with your first two problems. Yes, the company A quadratic intersects the x-axis at 10 and 2, but it can't be both in the context, so it's going to have to be 10 or 2. And then just for like the same one, company B will be 14 or 4, okay? So yes, those are the x-intercepts, and yes, that's when I'm gonna plug in 0 for my x or my y values, and I'm gonna solve for that, right? Okay, so those are good. Question 2, what is the profit for each company when the price is 0? Say profit of y, so what is y when x is 0? So if I want to know what y is when x is 0, I'm going to plug in 0 for both x values on each individual company, and I'm going to solve and see what's going on there. Now, think about this. If the price is 0 of the necklace, meaning the company sells the necklace for $0, they're going to be in a lot of trouble because they're not going to be a company for much longer because they're going to go bankrupt, right? They're going to lose a ton of money. So for company A, you could choose any one of these equations. I'm going to choose the last one, no, because to me, that would be the easiest to plug in 0 for x and see what happens. So this is going to be negative 0 squared plus 12 times 0 minus 20. Now, if I take out all of this other stuff here in front, because 0 cancels out the square, it cancels out the negative. It cancels out the positive 12. Then I have 0 minus 20, meaning it's just going to be negative 20. So for company A, it's negative 20. Now, in the context of this problem, up here it says the profit in thousands of dollars. All right, well, this is negative $20,000, which means this company, when they sell their necklace for nothing, they lose $20,000. This is a loss of $20,000, okay? Company B, similarly, when I plug in 0 for my x value, I get negative 0 squared plus 18 times 0 minus 56. Again, the 0 is going to cancel out all this front stuff, the negative sign, the square, the positive 18, and all I'm left with is negative 56. So this company, company B, is going to lose $56,000 because the negative implies a loss, right? Tons of cash. These companies are losing tons of money. But again, it's their own fault. They're selling the necklace for $0. Okay, number 3. What is the price for each company which gives the highest possible profit? Now, the key word here is highest. If we look at the quadratic and we look at it on Desmos, this one is going to represent my first equation, my first set of equations, okay? Company A. It literally, quite literally, is telling me to find the highest possible point, which is called the vertex. So if I click on that, I get 6 comma 16. And 6 comma 16 is going to be exactly what I want because that's going to represent the highest possible profit. So with my vertex of 6 comma 16, written as an ordered pair, it means the price that they sell that necklace for is $6, which is going to give them a profit of $16,000. Okay? So the X value here again represents the price that they sell the necklace for, and the Y value represents the total profit. So they sell it for $6. Each necklace is $6. They get $16,000 profit when they sell it at $6. Company B, similarly, when I plug this into Desmos, I'm going to get a vertex. I'm going to represent that by V, of course, is going to be 9 comma 25. which means when company B sells their necklace for $9, they're going to max the profit out at $25,000. Okay. Okay. Question number 4, what is the interval of increase? Meaning, where is the function increasing? Where is it going uphill? So let's go back and take a look at Desmos, because this is going to be where we do this. Now, there's going to be something that we have to be really careful of. This is a real-world scenario, but when you put this into Desmos, the graph will go on forever to negative infinity and negative infinity. We're going to ignore anything that's below the x-axis here, because we obviously cannot have a negative profit here. It doesn't work like that. Okay. So the interval of increase is going to be at this x-intercept right here. It's where it will begin its increase, and that's going to be at 2, 0. And then it's going to increase all the way up to the vertex. But the problem is we don't represent intervals of increase by y values. We only represent them by x values. So from what x value to what x value is this function going uphill? And you can see it right there on the screen. It's going from 2 to 6. So the interval of increase on this function is going to be from 2 to 6. Now again, we're not able to have that negativity there. All right. Now, the other part of this is question company B. Where is company B increasing? Well, if you go ahead and take a look at that and put that in Desmos as well, which I'm going to do right now, actually, that function is going to be increasing from 4. And that's going to increase from 4 to 9. Okay. So again, we're going to look at the graph, and we're going to put this in. I'm going to just cancel out this other function. I'm going to show you. Okay. Here's the other graph. Right. And we are increasing from the x value of 4 to the x value of 9. Okay. So that is its interval of increase. All right. Next. What is the interval of positive values for each company? Well, when I talk about where the function is above the x-axis, hold please. My dog is barking. Sorry. He starts to bark whenever I'm on the phone at the house. Because that's just what he does. Apologize. Okay. So when we talk about the next part of this graph, what is the interval of positive values? So it's asking us, where is the graph above the x-axis? I want to know from what value to what value. So I'm going to show you the graph again. I just need to click off it. Okay. So when I say where's the graph positive, and we talk about company A is above the x-axis, positive, from the x-intercept on the left to the x-intercept on the right. So from 2 to 10. So this function is above the x-axis right here, which is from 2 to 10. So we're going to represent that with parentheses, 2 to 10. Company B, it's going to be above the x-axis from 4 to 14. I'm going to show you that in a second. And again, how do we know that? Well, we're going to plug it into Desmos, and then we're going to click on the x-intercepts, because that is the beginning where it's positive and where it ends. So that's going to be my x-intercepts. Positive from here all the way up to here, but we only represent this interval, right, from 4 to 14. Okay. Lastly, if you could only invest in one company, meaning you put money into one of these companies, in order to get a profit from them, which company would you choose? And defend your answer using the characteristics of quadratics. Well, there's a lot that you could go about saying here, right? So me personally, I would put my money into company B. And the reason that I would do that is because they have the propensity, they've shown that they can max out at a higher profit margin. Yes, they're going to sell the necklace for $3 extra per necklace, but I have the opportunity to get a lot more cash from that necklace if I sell it for $9. People will buy necklaces for $9. People buy necklaces for $90. So I'm going to be able to make a ton more money that way with company B. Now, there is no right answer for this last one. You're just defending it based on the characteristics. I would use the characteristic of the vertex because the vertex is proven to be a higher value than the vertex for company A. Hope this helped. See ya.